England's remaining wild habitats are highly vulnerable. They are too small and too few and far between. Our remaining wild spaces have become isolated, often surrounded by intensive agriculture, bisected by roads, and constantly threatened by development. If we are to ensure the future of our wildlife, we need connected habitats that allow wildlife to move freely. Once over 400 square kilometres of woodland, wetland and grasslands from Oxford to Bicester, Bernwood Forest was the exclusive hunting ground of Norman kings. Centuries of deforestation and development have meant that only fragments of this ancient woodland now remain across the former extent of Bernwood. But they are hugely important to conservation at a local and national level and are home to many rare species. The protection and reconnection of these wild spaces is essential to ensure the future of this special and ancient landscape. Expansion of transportation networks have cut through the heart of the Bernwood Forest with little thought for the wildlife. HS2 and road developments such as the Cambridge to Oxford Expressway are significant and immediate threats. The way we produce our food has a major impact on the management of wildlife in the UK. UK farms have historically supported abundant wildlife, but government policy and economic pressures have led to intensive agriculture and significant declines in biodiversity. But if governments are willing to change and expand biodiversity and climate policies, then large-scale restoration and creation of wildlife corridors is possible. Thick, flora-rich hedges, well-managed ditches and road verges all provide valuable nesting and foraging opportunities for a huge range of wildlife. Wide arable field margins provide flowering plants for pollinators and benefit animals from the smallest insects to our larger mammals. Rivers are also important for connectivity, but face threats including over-extraction, pollution from agricultural chemicals, and urban runoff. While tree planting projects exist, they are no compensation for the loss of ancient woodlands and their complex ecosystems. It is possible to have development and still nurture wildlife. But we need to ensure that wildlife plays a critical part in the planning process and is not relegated to a secondary consideration. Initiatives such as green bridges that allow safe passage of wildlife across roads are well established in other countries, but considered too expensive by successive UK governments. Protected areas alone cannot save biodiversity and conserve ecosystem functions. To reconnect ancient woodland like Bernwood and other wild spaces across the country, we need to preserve every inch of the little we have left and create an environment which allows wildlife to disperse, to mate, to feed, and to thrive.